In this episode, you will learn why mental health is more fun with friends. This is Licensure Lifeline. Welcome, I am your host, Matt Lawson, and today we're going to be talking a little group therapy. Since this is such an expansive category, I will be touching on just some of the basics, some of the more poignant aspects of group therapy. Definitely will go into more details on certain modalities around group therapy in later episodes. I'm going to go ahead and kick off this episode with some of the major influential individuals in group therapy. Irvin Yalom is first on my list. He is known for his existential philosophies. I actually had a chance to see him speak at an American Counseling Association conference right before the pandemic. It was really great to see him speak, given how much he has contributed to the counseling world. But he really emphasizes fundamental human concerns such as death, freedom, isolation, and meaningless. Jan believes that addressing these existential concerns within the context of group therapy can lead to profound growth and self-awareness. Many of you might be aware of his book, The Theory and Practice of Psychotherapy. I know I had to have it for grad school, and in that book, he outlines 11 therapeutic factors that are really critical to successful group therapy. First is the installation of hope, seeing others progress so it can inspire group members to believe in their own potential. Another one is universality, realizing that others share similar struggles can reduce feelings of isolation and alienation. Altruism, helping others can boost self esteem and create a sense of purpose. Corrective recapitulation of the primary family group. Group therapy can provide that space to re-experience what it's like to be in a family structure and may help repair a dysfunctional family dynamic experienced by somebody. Lastly, development of socializing techniques. Group members can practice and enhance their social skills in a safe environment. I really love group therapy. I think it's can be extremely beneficial when it's done correctly, and especially when these factors are really put into group therapy. I think people have a lot of room to grow within this context. Finishing up with Yalom, he really focuses on the here and now when doing group therapy. Well, probably in his therapy in general, but by addressing what's happening right now in the moment, what those members are going through, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, it really helps individuals understand how they relate to others and encourage more authentic interactions. Yalom really viewed his groups as a social microcosm where members' behaviors reflects their interactions in the outside world. So if you think about um, if you think about this, then through feedback and reflection, members can learn about their impact on others and experience new ways of relating. So they can take their group work and use it in the outside world toward better relationships, better interactions. Next up, Bruce Tuckerman. Now, he is known for these stages of development within the group: the forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning, which we all had hammered into our heads in graduate school. Yet it can oftentimes be really hard to remember. But let's talk about these stages really quick. In the forming stage, in the initial stage, members tend to be pretty polite. They tend to be pretty positive, but maybe a little anxious. The focus of the facilitator at this stage is just setting goals and establishing trust. In the storming stage, people become a little bit more comfortable with each other, and conflicts may come up in the group between different members. There may be some push and pull against each other's. Boundaries are established at this stage. The facilitator really needs to help the group manage conflicts and teach each other conflict resolution. In the next stage, the group comes into norming, and standards are really established at this point. Trust is a lot more solidified, and the facilitator is reinforcing the development of group cohesion. In the next stage, performing, members are really motivated to work effectively toward achieving the group goals, and the facilitator continues to really encourage mutual support toward this cohesion. And in the last stage, adjourning, The group with a predetermined endpoint tends to address issues that maybe still need a little work to find closure and then move towards separation. The facilitators really helping people at this point review their journey and prepare for the future. Okay, the last person I'm going to talk about here is Jacob Moreno. He was the founder of Psychodrama. And Moreno's work emphasized spontaneity and creativity in therapeutic settings, introducing the use of role play, dramatization, and group therapy. This is a fun one. If you've never done any type of um, like spontaneous work or dramatization in a group, it can make for a really nice change up if you've been sticking to maybe like a more traditional just sit down and talk type of group. Highly recommend looking into this more if you're interested. Okay, here is a quick memory device that helps me keep the stages of Tuckerman's in order. So the F from forming, the S from storming, the N from norming, the P from performing, and the A from adjourning. I like to think of fun students never pass anatomy. Highly recommend you coming up with your own thing, but this one helps me. Let's go over some quick questions before we're done with the podcast today. First question: which stage of group development is characterized by conflict and competition? Is it A, forming, B, storming, C, norming, or D, performing? Answer this is going to be B, storming. Anytime you see anything like conflict or competition, it's always going to be the storming stage, right? Number two, which key factor identified by Irvin Yalom is essential in the effectiveness of group therapy? Is it A, cognitive restructuring, B, behavioral activation, C, the installation of hope, or D, the exposure techniques? This one's going to be C, the installation of hope. Last question. What is the primary focus during the norming stage of group development? Is it A, establishing trust and goals, B, managing conflicts, C, developing group cohesion, and D, working effectively toward goals? Something I want to point out in this question, you can something that's really been helpful when I do questions on test and when I have done questions on test in the past is figuring out which one just absolutely does not go with which answer absolutely does not go with the question as quickly as possible. Managing conflict, letter B, I just talked about in the first question. Whenever you see anything like conflict or competition, you know that it's going to be the storming stage. So with this next question that kind of talks about these stages, I know whenever I see conflict, that has something more to do with storming. So I know B is definitely not going to be the answer. For this, C is going to be the answer: developing group cohesion. Okay, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you for joining me today. Also, wanted to give you a little heads up. I am creating flashcards using Quizlet. So you can go over to Quizlet. It's free to get an account, and the flashcards will be under Licensure Lifeline. I have a couple sets up there already. Take care and keep studying.